My name's Allan Aguirre. I'm from Los Angeles, California. I was the principal of a band called Scattered Few, a punk rock band in the Christian music scene. And I was also the principal in a band called Spyglass Blue. Scattered Few was like a punk rock, thinking man's punk rock is how I've always called it. Spyglass Blue was a post-punk band, edgy new wave. And I was also the singer and principal songwriter for a prophetic worship band called Men as Trees Walking. I am right now desiring to do new music, which I plan on doing. The last couple of years I've been writing books. This is called This Thing is Spiritual. I focus a lot on music because I'm a musician, but it's a look at art in general, or creativity as a whole, and the spirituality of it, and the spiritual use of it, and the spiritual significance of it based on the biblical narrative. We had a guitarist very early on who was having a hard time remembering his parts, which I've never experienced before. I mean, if you're a guitarist in my band, if you're a guitarist in any band, you have to own that responsibility. That's your job. And if your boss is if you have to go back to your boss constantly to do your job for you, you're going to get fired, right? If you're a guitarist in any band, it's on you, 1,000% to fulfill that role. So this guitarist was having a hard time. He was coming up with amazing stuff. There's a couple of things that he came up with that are still on the album, because he recorded them, that were absolutely completely anointed. I mean, just, oh my gosh. But he was coming up with parts, but not retaining the information. It was getting in the way. And so I asked him the question, have you never played your instrument as offering, as a sacrifice, as an offering to the Lord? Have you never just played your guitar as worship to the Lord, just you and God? And he said no. And I'm like, well, now I know where the problem is. You don't have this understanding, you don't have this relationship with God when it comes to your guitar. As artists, as musicians, for example, or any art, filmmaker, painter, dancer, doesn't matter. This is your passion. This is your 1,000% definition of passion for you in this world, this creative process that you're involved with. And if you don't have a relationship with this passion and your God that you're professing, I don't understand that. There's a major disconnect there. Because this craft, or this talent, this ability, this creative thing that you do, that requires all your passion, you will put everything into this thing. And if you're a believer and it's never crossed your mind to have God a part of that, your everything, your core, man, I really question your faith. I mean, that's some basic understanding you don't understand. And even if you're not an artisan, if you can't sing, you can't carry, you play the radio, you know what I'm saying? If you're not a creative person, this also applies to you, because as a believer, because you are a worshiper. If you worship God constrained and in bondage, no, man, you've got to be free. And that's where the blessing and the healing and the transformative power of Holy Spirit in your life. This is real stuff, you know.